Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father in Paleo Ancient Hebrew, to Yahweh Shai, the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. His name in Paleo Ancient Hebrew. Double honors to the Apostle Elders, Great Millstone. Salutations to brothers that preach, teach, and prophesy this word in truth and sincerity. Put our lives on the line in these last days to bring you this raw and this uncut truth. It's the brother Ariaga from the Grand Rapids, Michigan camp here with another nifty lesson. Let's get into it. All right, so this lesson, like this weekend, we basically went into, went out, we preached this weekend. Brothers and myself went into, just Esau in general. He has a lot to pay for it because right now with these Epstein files and, all of these different pieces of history that's coming out. You got Trump and these elites taking certain exhibits out of the Smithsonian, Tuskegee Airmen Memorial or history, and they're going in and they're systematically pulling this place apart or the history of this place because they are ashamed. These devils are ashamed that they the devils of the past. Your forefathers, you are your forefathers. So when they sit back and these devils like to say, I didn't put you in slavery, I didn't do that. Well, look, nigga, that's how you gotta say it too. All right, because they them new niggas. They old niggas, but they the new niggas. Tell you something. We had to pay for the sins of our forefathers. So you are not exempt from that. You got to pay for the sins of your forefathers. So the whole point we came into this captivity, we went through the hard bondage. And remember, it said Judah and Israel, the northern and the southern tribes, were oppressed together. This is how we know, without a doubt, who we are according to the scriptures. So you so-called natives, Latinos, and Negroes were oppressed together, still being oppressed together. And you can see that with this ICE situation. It started with the Latinos and the natives, right? Which they showed you the video I had. I think they were Apache. I can't remember what tribe they were from. Natives. ICE was jacking them up, man. All in their car, man. And they were telling them that they're natives. They didn't want to hear that shit. And they going in, kicking in Jake's churches to catch a Jamaican lady, blowing tear gas, and while they out there singing on the choir and shit, all kind of shit, man. So it just goes to show what ICE is really here to do. And it's to oppress you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives in a whole. But regardless, this devil has a lot to pay for it. And with these Epstein files, he's seeing the nature of them. All right, but it's going into explicit detail. I'm not going to explain that and go over the video in this lesson. But what I do want to point out is that this devil has a lot to pay for. And continuously, more and more of that shameful history comes out. And when it does, it never ceases to amaze us. It's just the same devil we know. And sometimes it takes new discoveries of this piece of history to come out, which is new to us, you know what I'm saying, to some extent, right? But the graphic details that they, Christopher Columbus, for example, wrote down in his journals about he couldn't put his sword down not for an hour, and how easy it was to conquer the Latino, the Arawak and Tiano Indians, right? Because they were such a kind and loving people and accepting people. They wasn't weak, but they were accepting, and that was their downfall. They took their kindness for weakness, and they was able to use that to infiltrate them the same way they always do. And once they're in there, they show their true colors. So this is just an excerpt from history right here, and a couple of videos to back that up. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Right. Do that.
Harry. Even though we all think we're familiar with the routine horrors of the slave trade, when you read what some of these slave owners did, it really does make your stomach heave. Here are 3 accounts of punishments meted out by Thistlewood in 3 months in 1756. Darby catched eating canes, had him well flogged and pickled, then made Hector shit in his mouth.
Damn. Oh. Damn, man. Let me run that back in case you didn't catch that. Because he said he had him pickled. And what? Check this out.
Canes had him well flogged and pickled, then made Hector shit in his mouth.
He had Hector shit in his mouth. He had him whipped because he was eating sugar cane, same sugar cane they was harvesting. He couldn't eat one piece of sugar cane, right? Because you know that shit gives you energy, man. Eating it off the sugar cane. Sugar cane juice, you know. This brother ate one. They caught him eating it. So they whipped him, pickled him, which means they put salt, pickled brine all in his fucking wounds, and had Hector shit in his mouth. Fuck.
In canes, had him well flogged and pickled, then made Hector shit in his mouth. Rubbed Hazard with molasses and exposed him naked to the flies all day and to the mosquitoes all night. Flogged Punch well, and then washed and rubbed in salt pickle, lime juice, and bird pepper. Made Negro Joe piss in his eyes and mouth.
God damn. I mean, y'all got a lot to pay for. And in this position right here, when you see them tied down, what they often did in this position, they did something called buck breaking. I did a video on that years ago. And what they would do is they would tie them down like that, the biggest, strongest Jake, and they would rape them, dog, in front of everybody. Esau, with his demented ass, would get down while Jake was tied down like this, and he would rape him in front of just to emasculate him in front of everybody. And in this picture, they depict him getting whipped by a so-called black man. Because what they do, they use so-called house niggas to carry out those things. They gave them a little more authority and favor. If you seen that movie Life, what's that nigga, that the warden and shit, he had that one nigga that always had that gun. Dead to the gun line, boss. That nigga, man. You know, that's a house nigga. And what they would do is use these house niggas to carry out punishment against us. And as you see today, that separation and that divide is still there. They always pit our people against each other. They choose, indoctrinate, and build up one side so that they can ridicule and go against the other side, or AKA field niggas, man. So there's a hierarchy amongst our people in which Esau is infiltrated, indoctrinated, and given the ability to look down on the rest of us, and that caused that social divide. Feeds it.
Kid to the flies all day and to the mosquitoes all night. Flogged Punch well, and then washed and rubbed in salt pickle, lime juice, and bird pepper. Made Negro Joe piss in his eyes and mouth.
God damn.
Thistlewood kept a tally of what was known as nutmegging, the rape of female slaves, something he did by his own reckoning on 3,852 occasions. He would allow his guests to do the same. When these slave owners went to church on a Sunday, they doubtless did so believing they were good Christian folk. They behaved as they did because they didn't regard their slaves as fellow human beings, but as their property to do with as they pleased. He fancied himself a man of letters too, and kept a diary.
On that last part one more time.
Because they didn't regard their slaves as fellow human beings, but as their property to do with as they pleased.
Hold on. This is Psalms 36, starting at 1. It says, the transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes. So you did this to the Lord's chosen people, the Bible said, the apple of his eye. And you will surely be punished. Scriptures say that they furthered the affliction. They went past what was set aside for them to do. They was used as the Lord's sword to punish us, man, because we fell away from the Heavenly Father's law, statutes, and commandments. And he used Esau to punish us, even to this day. And our punishment is almost fulfilled. Yet, Esau took that shit way too far. And that was just basically a video concerning that, because when it comes to torture and embarrassment and what have you, there's no bounds Esau won't go. He will do the most homosexual shit to you, to emasculate you, to humiliate you, and to empower himself. That's what they do. And the tactics that they had, our people, they got cut off guard because they didn't expect that. I don't know what our people expected, but the Most High blinded them so they fell right into that trap. And here we are today, still stuck in it. It says, the transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes. Yeah, Esau don't really fear the Most High. They talk all of that, but all they believe is redemption. No matter what, Jesus loves you. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do, even you're a pedophile and you like little boys, no matter if you're on the Epstein files, Jesus loves you. Well, Yahushua don't. Yahushua don't love somebody that's doing that type of wicked ass shit, because you can't love him in return doing that. We know y'all devils have no love for the Lord. Really, y'all just play that role so you can get favor from the other nations. Some 2/3 of our people, that's dumb enough to follow you. It says, for he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. And that devil love hyping itself up. What do? He make everybody in history was a white man that ever did anything important. All the Egyptians, and angels. Like, yeah, you quick to flatter yourself, man. These devils love to hear that flattery. And that's all that took place. Since we touched down here, this devil has been flattering himself, even before we made it. During the Renaissance period, when they started doing these iconoclasms, taking all those black images, tearing off the noses and changing them to white, he made Edomites the ideal image of beauty, when really they look strange because they have no melanin. It's a curse. It says, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit, and he hath left off to be wise and to do good. All right, he says he has left off to be wise and do good. They left away from doing any kind of righteousness for the foreseeable future. That's why I said the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He come a thief comes to steal, to steal, kill, and destroy, loosely translated. They don't come to bring good tidings. Said he deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. And yes, on his bed, he did take, like they said, what they called it in that movie, in that video, they just said they called it nutmegging.
Answered the mosquitoes all night. Flogged Punch well. Thistlewood kept a tally of what was known as nutmegging, the rape of female slaves, something he did by his own reckoning on
Nutmegging, the grape of female slaves. And as it says right there, he devises Psalms 36:4. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. So he didn't hesitate to go in and use this rod to defile our women, hell, our men, our children. It's just in his DNA. It's the Most High programmed that to be in his nature, to be that type of sick and twisted individual. And they embrace that culture. That's why they don't see anything wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the LGBTQ, man. What's wrong with you? They look at you crazy because you ain't with some strange shit, you know? But that's how this devil is.
This one said, I'm going to say this to all of the white.
I'm going to go back to that.
They were eating the fucking settlers. Yes, they were eating the Native Americans. When Christopher Columbus landed in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, they were eating the fucking Native Americans. It is in their fucking journals. Even John Smith journal contains that they used to barbecue, grill, fry, and boil the fucking natives. They would cut them up into chunks and fry them like they were fucking chicken, bro. This is the shit they don't tell you in school. This is the fucking shit they do not tell you in school. This is the unwhitewashed story of America. When I tell you everybody needs to grab this book, they put us in hot frying oil. They put us, Native American and black people, after lynchings, they would unalive, they would cut the body. They would unalive us the lynching. They would cut the body, and consume it. And witnesses saw this shit happen, and some of them would throw up because of seeing this. And then they call us the fucking savages. Literally, they call the Native American people the savages and the black people the savages, even though they ate us on some Jeffrey fucking Dahmer shit, bro. Literally. They had recipe books that had people as the fucking meat. We were the meat. When I say grab this book, but only grab it if you're ready to actually understand the unwhitewashed version of America. Y'all can try to lie to yourselves and learn the bullshit in the schools, but this is going to unlearn everything you learned. If you still see the link there, that means it's still in stock. Grab it because it goes very fucking back. They were eating the fucking settlers. Yeah,
I gotta check that book out. Look, we all know how Esau loves to eat meat. That motherfucker eat a whole meat diet. It's nothing but meat. Carnivore's diet. With they sharp ass teeth. And they don't hesitate to hide that fact that they like blood in their meat. Them motherfuckers will tell you real quick, man, how you want your steak? Man, I want that motherfucker bloody. I want it still mooing, and they be saying all kind of crazy shit. I'll be like, damn. I want that motherfucker still moving, bro. Like, damn. That motherfucker don't play. Esau, that motherfucker love blood, dog. They say blood is a small thing in his sight. Shedding blood. See if I can find that real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus 8:16. It says, strive not with an angry man, and go not with him into a solitary place. For blood is as nothing in his sight, and where there is no help, he will overthrow thee. And no man shall buy thee. He said you should go into captivity again with ships. And Egypt with ships and no man shall buy thee. I mean, damn. No one came to our rescue. It wasn't like some slave trade abolishers came and rescued us from our captivity. Hell no. We still here. That angry man, ain't nobody an angrier man than Esau. That nigga literally turns bright red when he get mad. I mean, shit. You look at the mad emoji, the angry emoji, they be all red and shit. Yeah. Them motherfuckers get so red that, hey, when they talk about seeing red, like a bull see red, that's bullshit. You know who do see red? Edomites, because they looking in the mirror, they look at themselves, or you look at another angry Edomite, motherfuckers be red as hell. Just a little lobster, you know, that strive not with an angry man. So that's, hey, this devil is still angry about that birthright. Esau, Jacob and Esau. Esau is still angry about that birthright. He didn't receive that birthright. He's pissed off about it. And he's going to do anything he can to get that birthright back. Yeah, especially if that means making you fall away, giving you a chance to sell your soul. And this devil out here eating motherfuckers and shit. Like, damn, you know?
Yes, they were eating.
They got a whole book on how to prepare it's called The Delectable Negro. Yeah. And they go in and, you know, they just show you how to cook how they cook Jacob, and they make different meals with him.
They be playing in our faces.
You know, they literally do that shit. So this is nothing new. This is the reality. These niggas got all kind of soups. You know how on Forrest Gump, Bubba went in talking about shrimp gumbo, shrimp fricassee, and all that shit. This nigga was talking about shrimp for a long time. That's how they have with Jake. Nigga stew. Boy, they go on a kebab, you know what I'm saying? They got all kind of different recipes on how to cook Jake, man. That's how sick they are. And so in the process of doing that, boiling, what you get is the water. And when you heat up our skin, our melanated skin, to, I think it's like 1,000 degrees. It's like, I forgot what the degrees is, right? Very hot. The melanin separates from the skin. And they sell that shit. Hold on. Let me pause it. Well, I was looking for it. I used to have, it was a picture from an old book, and it explained the process that they did to separate the melanin from the skin. I have to relocate that. I don't know where it's at now. But nonetheless, you know, let's keep going. Check this out.
They be playing in our faces. To the person watching this right now, go look up drinkable melody. Drinkable melody. And then ask yourself, where you think they got that from? Look at the smiles on their faces while they taking it and everything. Just soak it all in. And ask yourself, where you think they got that from? And how do you feel about it?
What in the actuality is going on here? They're really selling melon drugs, y'all. And it's watermelon flavor. Are you kidding?
Break your tan. I think what we all want is a better tan with less sun exposure. I found these tanning drops from Syria. You literally just put it in your water and you drink it every day. It helps to increase the melanin production in your skin because it has beta carotene in it. So you're gonna tan faster.
Is that what it
it'll
is?
Stay around longer, and you won't have to have as much sun exposure, which is damaging.
Hey, bitch, ain't no goddamn beta carotene. That's called nigga carotene. You taking Jake and the bodies that they have of Jake when they die. Hey, what do you think they be doing to a lot of these bodies, man? They harvest your organs because they want the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native organs because they have high doses of melanin in the organs as well. That's why they want your ass to be an organ donor so bad. Then on top of that, I mean, shit, they be eating the delectable Negro. Shit, apparently they like dark meat. This bitch talking about some carotene, goddamn carrot. They'll tell your stupid ass there's anything in that shit. Motherfucker, they got fairy dust in this motherfucker. The same shit Tinkerbell you like, oh yeah. No. That melanin was from flesh. Jake flesh, not no synthetic melanin.
To your skin. It literally tastes like watermelon. It's supposed to take about 5 to 7 days to see results, but you do get better results if you have some sun exposure. I'm totally down to drink my tan if that means that I have less sun exposure, less skin damage, less wrinkles.
Bitch, please. And then on top of that, you know, they so ashamed. Why are you always trying to get a tan and shit? Yo, because y'all are ashamed and not having melanin. Even Asians have melanin. It just looks like a yellow tint. It's a lower amount, but they have it. They have no melanin. They trying to escape their curses, you know? Bad enough you got these niggas out here trying to be white and bleaching their skin. But these devils out here drinking watermelon flavored melanin in they white man, I'm telling you.
No, Kelly, you don't have the Sierra tank tops you're missing out, okay? Like, seriously, this has given me a great glow, and I've only been in this at one time, okay? All it's doing is increasing the melanin in your body, which is the pigment that produces your tan. So it's just helping those cells out, because the older we...
Edomite woman, you do not have melanin. It said increasing the melanin that's in your... Where's your melanin at? Is it the meat around your asshole? What is it? Well, wait, that's not what you got. Where you got this melanin at? To increase in something in your body, you have to have something present. And if not, then you are supplementing from an alternative source. Boy, they just sound dumber and dumber, dog. I saw that movie Dumber and Dumber. It's just about Edomites.
Increasing the melanin in your body, which is the pigment that produces your tan. So it's just helping those cells out, because the older we get, we tan less, or it's harder to tan. So skip these up.
This bitch said the older we get, we tan less. Is that what it is? The older Edomites get, they tan less. Is that what you, so when y'all get in that sun and it tear your ass up in that extreme heat, is that what y'all call a tan? Where they be all bright red and bubbled up? I'm telling you, man, I done seen them where the blisters be all big and green and shit, filled with green pus. And is that your tan?
I just take them, you can put them in water, but I just take them just like this, because I drink a lot of water. Do it morning and evening. Alright. I have to go do yard work today, so I'm going to be out in the sun. But before I do that, I want to get my melanin boosted. And to do that,
I'm sorry for stopping it so much. You can't boost melanin unless you supplement it because you have none. I get my melanin boosted. The devil steals everything. This nigga will steal the black off your skin. The brown off your skin, I should say. Be for real.
use my Serious Sunless tanning drops. They are drinkable. They're in the flavor watermelon. You get 60 mLs in one bottle. All the ingredients are natural, and these are vegan. The main ingredient in here, DHA, it is FDA approved. It is used in a lot of sunless tanning products. With consistent daily use, people can see results in as little as 5 to 7 days, but you need to remember that we all have different
So
skin.
why drink it now? Are the lotions not working? Look at this, y'all. It's actually kind of working. I don't know how long she's been taking it for, but look at that. That's crazy. You guys know what's really in these bottles, right? You wonder why they're selling out? You wonder why 800 to 1 million melanated people go missing every single year? What are they really ingesting? Because the way this thing gives them that type of color, you cannot tell me it's not magic. And melanin is magic, y'all. I mean, look at that, the attitude and everything. Y'all see that? So what's next, y'all? What else are y'all gonna make? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace out.
Not to mention, they trying their hardest once again to look like a Jake and escape that curse. Because honestly, Esau got a fetish for so-called black women. And then they want to be fetishized in their eyes so much that they'll go to the point where they'll look, or at least attempt to look like Jake. This is Genesis 3 and 14. And Yahweh, by Shemi Awashad, said unto the serpent. Serpent was the progenitor of the so-called white people to this day. Okay? That they are Edomites. It wasn't a serpent. It wasn't a snake. It wasn't speaking to a snake. It's talking to a snake-like person. You can call a person a snake, motherfucker. You can call them a serpent. You can call them all these things. As a derogatory term. Let's say it like that. It says, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle. All right, this is on the curse. This is what happened to Cain. And above every beast of the field, and upon the belly, and upon thy belly shalt thou go, and thus, no, this is what happened to the serpent, right? Excuse me. And which later on became Cain, and from Cain, Esau. You know, all these spirits are reincarnated. It says, and thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And that thus is confusion. Because these devils are in a constant stupor, acting like you don't know who we are. We can't. You live in a delusional world. This whole place is delusional. That's why it's confusing. Babylon, confusion. It says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between the seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. All right? To this day, we are at each other's heads. Okay? So the mark of Cain, the lack of pigmentation in Esau, all right? All of these things are identifiers on who these individuals are. So we can make that educated separation between who's who. If you have the spirit or the stomach, you know. Deuteronomy 32 and 27, were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely. That's some strange shit. Let me eat Jake, man. I got a whole book on different Jake recipes. They turning them into casserole and all kind of shit. And then in the process of boiling them in these pots, because they would make them into shoes. They take Jake's skin and make it into lampshades and shoes and shit. Belts. You know, and they'll give off a reddish brown hue. Also, you know, when you have these people, these devils cooking them in these pots, you know, they finding out different ways to cook them. They found a use for this melanin, the same melanin that watermelon flavored melanin that they're drinking, you know. It's ridiculous, man. But this is the devil that we know.
Your body, which is to pick.
Just show you a couple more and get up out of here.
They were eating.
Okay. This right here tripped me out. There are owners of private prisons that are suing the states that they are contracted to put people in prison in right now in this country. Let me say that again. There are owners of private prisons that have been contracted by the states, put their prison in that state and put people in prison, that are suing those states because they promised them a certain amount of occupancy,
And since they've changed some of their laws to be more lenient on locking people up, which has reduced the population in the prison. And now they're suing them for that makeup because they promised them more people than they got. This is how much of a business putting people in jail is. That because they operating at 50% and y'all promised me 75, 80%, I can sue y'all now because y'all ain't locking up enough people. Yeah, because y'all reduced and changed some of y'all laws, so y'all not locking people up for simple shit no more, like y'all was. Now, our jails ain't as full, we not making as much money. So either y'all gonna have to pay me the money that y'all, the difference, or y'all gotta lock some more people up. And the states can't afford to pay them out of the pocket trade. So now they in court going back and forth right now over this. Like, yo, this is crazy. This is how much of a commodity and how much of a business it is to lock people up in America. Because, you know, back in the day, when they was getting 100 a day, it's probably more than that now, 200 a day or whatever for each prisoner. But yeah, you promised me when I set this prison up, I was going to be 80%, 75, 80% occupancy. Now I've been operating at 50%. I'm losing money. Now y'all got to do something. Something got to change. I got to lock some of these cats up or y'all going to have to pay me. So, like, that's crazy. Like, how is putting people in the jail just become a business? I thought jail was supposed to be a deterrent for people not to do crime. So if everybody just stopped doing crime, then what's supposed to happen then? That's going to be a problem, huh? Really? Crazy. This is insane. Insane, yeah. Like, when I read that, I couldn't believe it. Like, how you suing people because they ain't bringing up people to your jail?
Yeah, that's some bullshit. But that's Esau. That's the pride of Esau. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and refused to let them go. All right, so we are still in captivity. Oh, the Emancipation Proclamation. Emancipate means to transfer over. It doesn't mean to free. You know, that's why you got to know these words.
Yeah, it's a large.
Shout out to the Apostle. It's a great millstone, you know, for really enforcing and having an understanding of these words.
This one's in time. I'm going to say this to all of the white people as a white person. We are the problem with this country. We have been the problem since day one. Since we designed this country to benefit white people. Beating black people, lynching black people, tearing out the fetuses, using babies as alligator bait, paying Charleston to beat our slaves, to whip them and put salt in their wounds by the day. Segregation, Jim Crow, the genocide of Native Americans, the Trail of Tears, Asians in internment camps, because how dare an Asian come to America? We have to put them in camps because we have to make sure America stays white. Stealing the land from Mexico, stealing the land from the Native Americans, stealing black people on the Middle Passage. Most of you people don't even know what the hell it is, or how many people died, or about the bull sharks that follow the ships, because you don't care about actual history. Oh, hey, let's just take Hawaii. Let's go steal it from King Kamehameha. Hey, while we're at it, this great Christian nation, we're going to say that, you know what? We're a Christian nation made in the image of God. But we're just going to design it to benefit white people. Yeah, a black person's only worth 3/5 of a person. They can't vote. They don't have rights. They're not even a citizen until 100-something years later. Women? Nah. They just need to make us more white babies. And fold our underwear and clean our socks and make us dinner and just serve the man. That's their job. We're not going to let them vote until the early 1900s, until the women's suffrage movement. Let's look at the Catholic Church. How many thousands of young men have abused and molested little boys? Oh, look, white people, white men. The Baptist Church, decades they covered up sexual assault. White men. Gun violence, 98% are men. The vast majority of men, white men, U.S. citizens. I know it's shocking, not drag queens, not gay people, not transgenders. White men. Nothing to see here. January 6th. Whiny little children with micropenises, mediocre white men, didn't like the result of an election. And they felt so emboldened that they put a gallows up that they were going to hang the Vice President of the United States, beat officers, crush their vertebrae, PTSD, brain damage, heart attacks. Hey, they're patriots, yeah. Woohoo! But a black man has the audacity to kneel before the American flag. He's a son of a bitch. How dare him? May he burn in hell. But if you beat police officers, hey, you know what? No problem. The white man convicted felon child molester, he's going to pardon them because, you know, we're not racist at all. Every atrocity in this country has been white people. We have to admit it, people. When you go into an alcoholic meeting, what's the first thing they do? Hi, my name is XYZ, and I'm an alcoholic. And white people aren't willing to have that conversation. Do you know why? Because they don't want their privilege to go away. Right now, my wife gets mad at me because I get frustrated. You know, and I am pissed off. Because people in Minneapolis right now are getting pulled over just because they don't look white. Or because they have an accent. The ICE agents are making fun of the woman that they murdered. Oh, your accent isn't like mine. Prove to me that you live here. Hey, you're not white. Prove to me that you live here. That you're a citizen. And if not, I'm going to handcuff you, drag you out of your car, and I'm going to put you in jail for 9 hours, and then it's going to release you with no due process. Nothing to see here, no paperwork. And in the last election, what happened? Right? 77 million people went to the voting booth and voted for the white man. The rapist, the pedophile, convicted felon, cheats on his wife, calls women fat piggy, looks at naked girls in locker rooms, causes an insurrection, steals from cancer charities, has dinner with white supremacists, very fine people on both sides to white supremacists. Hey, yeah, I'm not racist. Oh, no. I just want to demonize the who? The immigrants. Oh, yes.
I'm not going to play all 14 minutes of this, but you get the picture. White people, we be the problem. This is Habakkuk 2 and 15. It says, woe, which means destruction, unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken, also that thou mayest look at their nakedness. And they're putting that bottle, they basically set Jake up for failure. They stop and they blame Jake for all of these guns in the hood and killing each other. The motherfucker who put them there. They got us drunk with the philosophies of this kingdom. You know, with the teachings of this kingdom. That basically when in Rome, do as the Romans do, mind state. And Jake is all indoctrinated, stuck in the hood, no fathers, barely got food to eat half the time, left to attack each other with these guns that the government placed in these places strategically. But the Most High is opening our eyes, right? It says, thou art filled, and they'll set us up. They'll be like, oh, see, look, Lord, look at them, they violent and shit, look at them. They ain't nothing. These are your people. Oh man, Lord, they over here acting up. They ghetto, they don't care. Like, yeah, but Esau's the one to help cultivate that wicked environment for us to, be in a broken condition. Thou art filled with the shame. It said, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Yeah, because right now they being uncovered. They are being revealed. The man of perdition has been revealed to the whole entire planet. It says in 1 Thessalonians. It says the cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And now all of that shameful spewing is coming forth, and they're ashamed of it. Your history is shameful spewing on you. And now that it's easily accessed, they're ashamed of it. They want to have it changed, and it's not possible. Because the only way you can do that is by getting rid of the Bible, and there will be a Bible ban coming. All right? Along with this martial law and the enforcement of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right, so we pray you will edify. Do your research. Stay vigilant. And until the next time, be circumspect. Shalom.